Whoa. And I dropped the camera for the second time. But that's okay. I think I'll keep it this way. But anyway, hey everyone. This is Mira. Sorry for the back-to-back videos. Actually, no, I'm not. But, yeah, this is the third time I dropped this camera. Stop it, camera. I really need to get a different camera. Seriously. But yeah, anyway. This is topic 18, I believe, or week 18, however you want to phrase it. And I thought since last time I had the camera facing that way, I'd face it this way, just to keep you guys from getting bored. So anyway, it's a free topic week, and I'm sorry I'm a day late. You'll have to slap my wrist later. Yeah, it's a free topic week. So, because this week has been absolutely insane for me, and hair pulling, you know, I've decided that I'm going to talk about the differences between transitioning in the States and transitioning here in England. Now, I'm hoping that someone from the States will pick up on this and we'll kind of do a response to this video, because I know a little bit about what goes on in the States as far as transitioning, but I also know that it varies from state to state, and you know, the procedure varies from state to state, and everything, and I'm not exactly 100% certain about everything that happens. So I'm going to give you a quick run through of the general procedures here in the UK. Now, I actually have a neat little printout here that a friend of mine over here in England found for me, and this gives 3 different care paths for transgender people. And the first one right there is the conventional care path, and basically you've got the patient who goes to the GP, their doctor, and that GP refers to a psychiatrist who then refers to a gender identity clinic. And at the gender identity clinic, that's where you go. That's where you go to get therapy, prescription for hormones, surgery, the whole 9 yards. And then once you're allowed to get onto hormones at the gender identity clinic, they then go back to your GP and with the prescription, and the GP then handles that bit, and you get your hormones from your GP. Now that's the conventional care path, and it's great for a lot of people. It's fine doing it that way. The only problem with that is in England there are only 2 gender identity clinics, and I think in the UK there are only 3. Now, in England, the only 2 gender identity clinics are located in London and in Leeds. And I'm in, just so you can get your bearings, and if you want to look on a map, just go to Google Maps. Search for Leeds, search for London, and search for Liverpool. And I'm pretty much in Liverpool, or very close to it. And Leeds is a 2.5 to 3 hour train journey from Liverpool, approximately. And to get to the gender identity clinic, it takes an additional 45 minutes to an hour to travel from Leeds train station to the gender identity clinic in Seacroft. Depending on traffic, it takes up to an hour. Now, and London's even farther. I think London is at least twice the time, if not 3 times. So for me to go all the way to a gender identity clinic, it's pretty much out of the question. It would take me jumping through a lot of hoops to be able to go to the gender identity clinic. And I'm not talking with hoops as far as with my GP. I'm talking hoops as far as with my son, getting the appointments and leads to coincide with his respite time so that I can get over there and not have to worry about getting back the same day for his schooling to pick him up from school. Now there's a second care path over here, and that is private care. And the private care, if you look between the two, looks to be a lot simpler. And that's very simply the patient sees a private gender specialist, and the private specialist and the patient's doctor, they talk back and forth, and whatever your GP can handle, the GP takes care of, and whatever the specialist needs to do, they take care of. You get seen, the pros to this is you get seen a lot faster. The care path is finished, the transition is finished a lot faster than the conventional care path. The downside is it isn't covered by the NHS if you go private, so you have to pay out of pocket, and it's expensive. From the latest figures that I found, hormones are ongoing cost. Then you got your therapy. That costs quite a bit. I mean, for a private therapist, you're talking 150 pounds per session, roundabouts. For female to male, I mean, if for example, if I was transitioning all the way over to male, for surgery, female to male surgery, top surgery is about $5,000. 5,000 pounds, and bottom surgery is can run up to 50,000 pounds, depending on where you go and what procedure you get done. So yeah, very expensive, and 50,000 pounds, let alone 5,000, it's yeah, well out of my budget. So I can't go private. Then there is the third one, and that is GP-centered local care. Sorry about the jumpiness there. GP-centered local care. And I've got that starred for a reason. It's because that is the care path that I would prefer to go on. The NHS will hopefully pay for it. The same as they would pay for the conventional care path. It will be cheaper for for my local primary care trust to fund, because they won't have to worry about paying for the gender identity clinic, which because it's outside of the local primary care trust area, it can cost quite a bit for me to go to the GIC. But the GP-centered local care path is the service user sees the patient, sees the doctor, and then the doctor acts as a gateway to all the other services. The doctor does all the referrals, talks to all the other services, you know, therapist, specialists, endocrinologist, and everything. But everything is done locally. Everything that can be is handled in the GP's office, which for me would be a lot better. I mean, for certain things, you know, I might have to go up to Liverpool, for example, for endocrinologist or specialist or whatever, but that's fine with me. As long as I don't, you know, I mean, as long as I don't have to go as far as Leeds or London, it'd be a lot easier. So those are the three ways that care for transgendered people are handled over here. Now, the conventional care path is the standard. And right now I'm actually having problems with my GP and the local primary care trust because I want to go the GP-centered local care path. And they're saying, no, you have to go the conventional because that's the way we do it. So I'm fighting with them. But I'm really interested to see how those three paths differ from what's in the States, because from what I've read and heard in the States is the care path is all GP-centered, and you get the hormones through informed consent. And the more I read about it, the more interesting and really the more I would like to go that route, because it just seems a lot less stressful, a lot more cost effective, and a lot less headaches, really. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Those of you who live in the States, what you think of the care path over there, how transgender people go about the transitioning. Those of you who are here in England and have gone through or are going through transition, please feel free to speak up in the comments or video response. Let us know what you've been through and how it's gone, and the pros and cons of different things if you've tried more than one path. I'm really interested to hear about it, obviously. So anyway, that's it from me. I'm probably going to make a more in-depth video on my personal channel in a few minutes, saying everything that's gone on over the last few days. More detail and everything. If you want to check me out, it's by Gender Dragon, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.